Good morning, everyone. I'm Mr. Ahmed Taher, your new math teacher for this year. Okay, today we will talk about lesson 1 for grade 7, yes, which is talking about integers. On this lesson, we will talk about relate integers and their opposites, okay? The common core standards for this lesson is 7.ns, as you see, .a.1a. You can search with this code or with this common core on YouTube and Google to see, enrich your information and see more examples and more videos, okay, for this lesson. Okay, our lesson today is integers. Okay, I'll ask a question. If temperatures fall below freezing, how do we write them using math? Okay, we want to connect between math and our real life. Okay, again, what if you owe someone money? How do we write that using math? Okay. So, as I told you, we want to connect between our real life and math. Okay, how we can describe these situations with math? Okay, we will use integers. Most of numbers you are probably familiar with have been greater than or equal to 0. Before we take numbers greater than or equal to 0, this is the numbers, which is the counting numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Numbers greater than 0 are called positive integers, okay? So the number greater than 0 is called what? Positive integers, yes, okay? And the number, we have another number actually. There is another set of numbers that are all less than 0. This numbers is called what? Yes, negative numbers. Negative numbers are always shown with negative sign, okay? Positive numbers may or may not have a plus sign. Okay, as an example, the number 45. Actually, 45 is a positive number, although it doesn't have the sign plus, yes? So the positive number may be, you may put the positive sign and you may not put the positive sign, okay? In both cases, this is a positive number. 12 is positive. Negative 8.3 is negative, and so on, okay? Okay. Okay, the definition of, actually this should be like this. The negative numbers, as shown here, positive whole numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and their opposites, which is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. It's something like a mirror. When you put in the mirror, if you stand in the mirror, the distance between you and the mirror is 1 meter, so your image in the mirror is far 1 meter also. You are the positive 1, and your image is the negative 1, okay? So each number, positive number, has an opposite in the other side, which is negative number. And 0 also belongs to integers, okay? On the number line, if we use the number line, the further to the right a number is, the greater or higher. So if we go to the right hand side here, we find that the greater number, right hand side, consists of positive number, which is greater than 0. The further to the left hand side of the number line, we got less or lower numbers, okay, which is the negative numbers, okay? And what about 0? 0 is neither positive nor negative, okay? Okay. let's play an example with each others, okay, about how to know the integers and not integers. From the definition of integers we have taken before, remember it, positive whole numbers. Positive whole numbers. This is whole numbers. Does not contain any decimal. Does not contain any fraction, okay? So the decimal number, there is no decimal number in the integer. Integers only have whole numbers, okay? Remember it well. Okay, 0. What about 0? Is integers or not integers? Yes? Yes, it's integers. Because 0 belongs to the integer numbers. Okay, 5.3 is not integers. Why? Because it's decimal. It's decimal number. And integers are only whole numbers. Positive 12, integer. Yes. 99, integer. Uh, 28, this is positive number and whole number, integer. Negative 10, it's whole number. Have the sign negative. Okay, it's integer. Negative 8.3, integer or not? No, it's decimal. Yes, so it's not integer. Negative 2.4, not whole number, it's decimal, so it's not integer. Negative 100, it's whole number, so it's integer. 45 is whole number, will be what? Integer, okay? So now you know the difference between numbers and what is the integer numbers, which is whole numbers, can contain the negative sign or the positive sign. Okay. Let's move to another example. Another definition for the integers, which is absolute value. The absolute value describes how far a number is from 0. How we can make it. Okay, let's talk to work on the number line. We will start from 0 here, okay? Okay. The absolute value actually is 2 bar and an integer number inside these 2 bar. This 2 bar is called absolute value. So the absolute value of 5, we need to find that how far is 5 is from 0. How far 5 is from 0. Okay, let's start count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how far is 5 is from 0? It's 5. So the answer is 5. Okay, what about the absolute value of negative 5? Absolute value of negative 5, okay? How far negative 5 is from 0? Okay, so we will start from 0 and move 5, but where? To the left hand side, because this is negative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how far is negative 5 is from 0? It's 5. So the absolute value of any integer is always positive number. It's because we apply it for the distance. When we say how many meters you walk, you said 10 meters. If another one walk to the opposite side, how many meter he walk? It's 10. So we doesn't call it negative 10. It's 10 meter here and 10 meter. So distance doesn't have sign, and we call it absolute value. Okay. Okay. Who can help? Absolute value of 9. Actually, 9 is positive, and the absolute value always positive. So it will become what? It's 9. Absolute value of negative always positive, it's 11. Okay, so how far is 11, negative 11 from 0? We will walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 11. And this is the answer. Okay, let's move to another definition. Actually, when we study the integers, all whole numbers or the counting numbers has an opposite. How? Okay. The numbers that have the same absolute value but different sign are called opposites. Like 4 and negative 4. 4 and negative 4. 4 is far from the 0 with 4 space. 1, 2, 3, 4. And negative 4 is far from the 0, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So negative 4 is the opposite of 4. And 4 is the opposite of negative 4. Negative 9, the opposite of negative 9 is 9. The opposite of 10 is what? Yes, the different sign. Okay, so it's negative 10. Okay, the opposite of negative 8, yes, it's 8. That's right. Okay, let's take, we have finished the definitions of the lesson. Now we just will take some quizzes and some problems. We'll solve it. Now, if I have the number line like here, place the numbers where they belong on the number line. The number line, as we see, we doesn't have any numbers on the number line except 0. So we'll start from 0. 0. In the right-hand side, we will put what? Yes, we will put the negative numbers. So let's take the negative number to the right-hand side. Okay? And to the left-hand side of 0 is the negative number. So the positive number in the right-hand side, and the negative number is in the left-hand side. Yes, let's take it in the left. And we will start. Okay. After 0 is what? From the right-hand side. Yes, it's 1. So leave it. Here, leave it. Okay, what about the next one? It's 2. Third, 3. Fourth, 4. So put the 4 in the first position. What about 5? Yes, after 4, which is in the last position of the number line. Okay, let's move to the left-hand side. The next, the first number after 0 from the negative side or the left-hand side is, yes, it's negative 1, then negative 2, then negative 3. Yes. Okay. What about another example? But the scale of the number line is different. How? 0. Then we have, after 0, we have a place, then 10. So what is the number exactly between 0 and 10? Yes, in the middle is what? Is 5. Yes, that's right. So we should put 5 here. But we doesn't have any 5 here. So leave it empty, okay? But we will arrange the number first. We will get the positive numbers in the right-hand side and negative number. And negative number in the left-hand side. And we will start arrange starting from 0. After 0 is 5. Next 10. After 10 is 15. Yes. Each time I add 5. Yes. This is the scale of the number line. Then 20. So we'll leave the fourth place. Then 25. And we'll leave in the last place. And this is the right-hand side, which contains the positive numbers. The negative number after 0 in the left-hand side. So it will be negative 5 because the scale is 5. So in the left-hand side, we'll start from negative 5. Then add negative 5, so it's negative 10. Who doesn't have negative 10? So leave the second position. Then negative 15. Yes, both this negative 15. Negative 20, leave it. Then the last one, negative 25. Now we have finished the example. Okay, let's move to another example. Arrange each group of the numbers in order from least to greatest. Least to greatest. What is the least number here? Yes. What is the least number? Who can help? The least number in the first group is negative 8. That's right. Because it's the far from 0 from the left-hand side. So it's very small. Okay? So we call the negative numbers are crazy. Because each time the number get greater, its value comes smaller. So we call it a crazy. So negative numbers are crazy. The greater number is the smaller. So negative 3 after negative 8 is greater than negative 8. Then 0. Yes. Then 2, then 6. So we have already arranged this number. Okay. Second group. The least number here is what in the second group? Yes, it's negative. So we'll start with negative. Then is there any negative else? No. So we'll start the smallest positive. What is the smallest positive? 2. So we'll put 2 here. So 3. We'll start with negative 3. Then 2. What is the smallest? Yes, 6. And 13. and the last one is 15. Okay. Last group. The least number here is what? Is there any negative? Yes, negative 3 and negative 8. Which one of them is the least? It's negative 8 because it's far from the 0 than negative 3. And negative 3, we have finished the negative number. Then 0, then 2, then 6 at the positive or the right hand side. Okay? Last question. Put greater than or less than. Okay. When I put the number line here, I put it just to help you. You don't have always to draw the number line. Also, it can help you to solve problems. Okay, which one is greater? Negative 5 or positive? I have negative and positive without any thinking. The negative are smaller than positive because negative is far from 0 for the left hand side. They are in the smaller area and the positive in the greater area. So always you will find 3 is greater than negative 5 or negative 5 is smaller than 3. Okay. Okay. Which one is smaller, negative 7 or negative 4? Remember, negative numbers are what? Are crazy. Yes, it's crazy. So negative 7 is smaller than negative. If we put it in the number line, you will find negative 7 here, negative 4 here, which is far from 0. Negative 7 is far from 0. But negative 4 is near to 0. So negative 7 is smaller than negative 4. Okay? Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoy the lesson. See you next time. Bye.